Once you have selected your content, you are ready to decide when and where each session is taking place, and when and where the catering and fun parts are taking place. In other words, you are ready to create the event agenda. You will do this in the Agenda Builder. Prior to building your agenda, you will need to define session rooms, which will then appear as swim lanes where you can drag and drop the sessions and the other content elements. Before you start, it is also a good idea to click on the Agenda Settings icon and define the agenda start and end times, as well as the default session duration in minutes. Don't worry, it is still possible to select the duration of each individual session, but the default duration will save you a lot of time if you set it in the beginning. You can switch between different conference days by using the day selector on the left-hand side. There are two main parts of the Agenda Builder, a content panel on the left-hand side and the timeline, which occupies the largest portion of the screen. On the left-hand side, you can see all the session buckets with the status accepted. You can easily open and close each of them and see the sessions within them. Please note, in order for a session to appear in the Agenda Builder, it must have both Speaker Informed and Speaker Confirmed tags selected. If the session is not available in the Agenda Builder, please check if your speakers have confirmed it, and if not, either ask them to do that or confirm it for them in the Content Organizer. One cool feature of run.events is popping out buckets from the content panel into a new browser window. In this way, you can drag and drop your buckets on different monitors, and get more space for building your agenda. It is then easy to drag and drop sessions either from the content panel or from the separate windows to the timeline. Sessions can be dropped anywhere on the timeline. You expand or shorten the duration of individual sessions directly on the timeline, thereby fine-tuning your agenda. Another incredibly cool feature of run.events are non-content blocks. There are 6 predefined non-content blocks, with their icons, which you can drag and drop anywhere at the timeline. Once the non-content block has been positioned on the timeline, just click on it, and change its name and color, if needed. This is how you can create meals, parties, and other fun elements for your event. A tip: create non-content blocks in the rooms where they really take place. For example, if you have a restaurant for lunch, create a room restaurant of the type catering room and position the lunch there, rather than creating a lunch entry in each of the session rooms. Doing it this way will make it far less confusing for your attendees. One way to have an easier look at your agenda is to zoom in on it and out. Use the appropriate buttons in the toolbar to set the zoom factor that you like the most. In the same toolbar, you can open the Agenda Chat and chat with your fellow content owners and content team members about the content. As with the Content Organizer, you can easily search and filter sessions in your agenda using the right-hand search bar. You can search and filter by session name, speaker, session labels, and custom fields. Note that when you filter out a session, its place in the timeline is marked with a red pattern so that you know that there is already content there. Also, you will not be able to drop another session on that same point in the timeline. By clicking on any session in the agenda, you will open Session Details with 3 tabs: Session Info and Ratings, Session Edit, where you can edit your sessions directly from the agenda, and Session Chat, where you can discuss the selected session with your fellow content team members.